we were just saying, you know, me and Josh, we did that for 10 years. We did all the booking, all the advancing, all the hotel rooms, all the travel stops, all the everything, you know. And, And it was a 2-man operation essentially that now we have, I think, 25 or 30 if you count the office people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. And like we've obviously have aspirations for making this, like, because we both work full time as well, and like I have a family, and like it's so hard to balance like something that like you don't earn a lot of money doing, but you also love doing so much. And we obviously have aspirations for making a full-time deal if we ever had the possibility, but right now it's just all just because we love music and we love talking to musicians.
Well, understanding the same parallel as a musician is kind of what you're doing. I know what it's like to have a young family and not be making any money at what I eventually would be making money at, you know, but having a job and then going full time, really being, our kids are far enough in age to where my daughter can remember when we were poor.
Yeah.
And my son really can't. And so it's kind of a strange dynamic there, because really we hit in between that period, and that's when kind of things, you know, got bigger. And one of these days, you know, you guys keep doing that and you'll be turning in your 2-week notice, hopefully, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Mr. Cody Jinks, thank you so much for joining us here today. We're out here at Born and Raised. You're headlining tonight here at Born and Raised. You headlined a couple years ago too, I believe, right?
We did. We headlined here 3 years ago, and we headlined here I think 4 years ago.
Wow.
And we took my daughter actually spent her 12th birthday out here, her 13th birthday out here, and then the last 2 years we haven't been here, and now she's turning 16, but she couldn't come because now she's 16.
Yeah.
16-year-olds are busy, so I love being out here. These people get it. Of all the festivals we have on our calendar, you know, Dave's the only festival guy that actually has my personal phone number. So,
oh, really?
That's actually we've actually cultivated a relationship a little bit beyond music, just because you know, they're good people, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're glad to be here. We're excited. The lineup, it looks like I would have handpicked it. I got real excited. Wade Bowen's bus pulled in next to mine a while ago. I already got to visit with Jamie Johnson this morning. I'm leaving here and going to do the Jamie Lynn tent. Charlie Starr is going to be doing a song with us tonight that we co-wrote last year on tour that became the title track to our latest record. It's called In My Blood. He'll be up tonight with us on stage doing that. And Blackberry Smoke is, you know, they're on the other stage. Courtney Patton's here. It's my friends. I've known a lot of these people a long time.
Yeah. Also, got to give a quick shout out to the gift you brought us here. I'm super excited about this. This is the coolest gift we've ever received. Normally we'll maybe get a hat or something. This is cool.
Yeah,
here.
This is awesome.
Thanks. All right, let me tell you about how that happened, man. I don't know how much time we have, but
no, you're good.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
All right, Stacking Bills. My buddy Bobby Robinson, his wife Ashley, they built this company from the ground up. It's East Texas company. They're now only behind Ariat and Cavender's in terms of like what market they're considered to be in.
Yeah.
And actually me and Bobby met on a duck hunt a number of years ago. We become buddies. Our families have become friends. And everybody's doing a beer or a whiskey or a strain or something, you know, and I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to do a beer. I didn't want to do a whiskey. I quit drinking. I didn't want to do a strain, you know, maybe one of these days, but not right now. The opportunity just kind of was like, hey, we're talking to Bobby, and was like, let's do a cologne. And it took us the better part of a year to actually, we went through samples and try this, and for a long time, product design, all the stuff, we put a lot into it, and I wear it every day. I mean, and he wears it too, so thank you. It's Jinks by Stacking Bills. You can get it at Cavender's, you can get it online, CodyJinks.com, but You guys have a long day. I was telling y'all.
Yeah.
And if y'all need some, I've got some dude wipes on the bus.
Perfect.
It's hot. You guys got pretty good shade here, though.
Yeah.
But just take a little, 15-year-old cologne bath like we used to do. About halfway through the day, you'll be good.
Yeah. And I promise this is way better than the Axe body spray I used to wear when I was 15 years old.
Hey, I have a 13-year-old boy, and so we are definitely going through, all that comes with having a young male in the house at that age,
Yeah.
So what does a typical show day look like for you? This is a little bit different. It's a festival out here, so there's, like you're mentioning, you got friends out here, fellow artists, but what does a typical show day look like for you? You have a specific routine you try to follow?
Yeah, I have more of a routine. I say that I don't like schedules, but if you looked at my day, it probably looks pretty scheduled, but it's just more of a routine that I adopt. It's not really anything more than a typical day is I wake up at probably anywhere between 7:30 and 9, depending on how late I went to bed. Being on the road, I go to bed later, obviously. But I get up and have my coffee. I typically read the Bible for about 30 minutes after I get up, and that sets my thing for the rest of the day. Kind of puts me in a good place to at least start the day out with a good mental mindset. And, we listen to a lot of music on the bus. I do interviews sometimes, like we are right now. It helps to fill the space. I used to get up and just go find bars. I used to drink most of the day and take a big nap before the show, but I try to work as much as I can. I work a lot on music on the bus now.
Hey guys, Rhett and Jager here. Just want to take a quick second to say a huge thank you to one of our favorite sponsors, Deep Eddy. At Deep Eddy, real defines everything they do. It's not only their approach to making high-quality vodka, it's also their attitude. Starting with purified Texas water, they only use the best ingredients: local honey, pure cane sugar, juice from real fruit, and organic tea. Proudly distilled 10 times and handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is refreshingly clean vodka, ready to be enjoyed however, whenever, and with whomever you'd like. Deep Eddy Vodka, handcrafted with real fruit. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, distilled by corn. Huge thank you to Deep Eddy Vodka for sponsoring this podcast.
On the bus now. I used to not do that. I read a lot. Like I said, we listen to the stereo a ton, and just, fortunately enough, the guys really do like each other. A lot of us have been on the road together a long time, so that obviously helps. I go to lunch about noon. We sometimes have a rehearsal about 1. We'll set up a rehearsal room with equipment in it, and the band will get together and just kind of jam, maybe work on something new, maybe work on a cover. We might try to rip out in the middle of a show to surprise everybody. Sound checks usually 2:30 or 3 on a typical day. Go back to the bus, chill out for a couple hours, dinner at 5. I try to be in bed by about 5:30. I take about a 45 to an hour nap. I wake up usually right before the opener goes on, and I will sometimes walk out and check that out, or I'll go say hi right before they go on stage. Then I'll go to the bus and warm up.
Yeah.
It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to warm up now, and go play. And I'm usually out of show clothes about 10 minutes after we're done playing now, and showered and in my jammies and in bed probably within about an hour and a half after we're off stage. So
are you, with spending so much time on a bus, are you able to incorporate things that kind of make it more homey, so to speak? Does it feel like a home away from home?
Yeah, anymore it does. It's really your sanctuary. It's the only place you can go, and really it's it's a microcosm inside of a microcosm, because you can go in the bus and get away, but there's still a bus full of dudes. Mm-hmm. So really the only place you can do is go get in your bunk, which is a bunk.
Yeah.
And it's you don't sit up in bunks. It's you lay in them, and so it's pretty close quarters, but we don't spend nearly as much time on the road as we used to when we were younger, and we had 12 guys on a bus for weeks at a time, and that gets really old really quick. It's still fun, but we're in 3 buses, so we're not piled up on each other anymore.
Yeah. I bet it's real nice from your growth to be able to kind of like expand out a little bit and like have a couple extra buses so you have a little bit more personal space. But I also know you're probably adding people as well.
You do, with more people comes more buses, and really like next year, we're not going to be playing as many tour dates as we will festival dates, like a lot of the bigger stuff like this. So we're going to drop some of our production. Touring right now is very, very difficult. A lot of bands are having a hard time affording to tour. Tour bus rentals are astronomical these days. It's almost getting to the point to where it's like, record companies typically claim losses for tours. It's a different world right now. It's more about clicks, I think, than it is anything else. The world economy is down. The United States economy is down. People are saving their money. They're not going to as many shows. They're watching more. Album sales are down. Tickets, everything. So touring's become difficult. We're lucky because of the way we've done things in the past that we're weathering the storm pretty well.
Yeah.
And we're thankful and fortunate for that. So we're really trying to navigate some uncharted waters, though, right now, especially being an independent artist.
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick, back to the routine while it's on my mind. Are you a black coffee guy?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you just straight black coffee?
Straight black coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee. So we have, and this is funny, if you go into any of the 3 buses, there's more shelving dedicated to different types of coffees, and most of the buses have 2 or 3 different kinds of coffee makers. There's a regular drip. The band bus has a regular drip, a Keurig, and an espresso. My bus has a Keurig and an espresso, and the real coffee snobs are the crew guys. They got the cold press, and they've got yeah. So lots of coffee for everybody. Black coffee, my favorite black coffee just to buy off the shelf, everybody has it, is Dunkin'.
Oh,
it's just my favorite black coffee. But yes, lots of coffee.
Yeah. 2 avenues you could go from here. You could press harder on the Dunkin' thing and maybe, get a Dunkin' wrapped bus and go the full sponsored out route. Or the Cody Jinks signature coffee. I pair nicely with the cologne.
I think that the coffee thing I would definitely be interested in doing the coffee thing. That would be something that I would really like to do, because I end up drinking a half-calf blend that my wife has kind of made for me, and I really want to make like a 3/4 coffee, so like a specific like hey, there's enough caffeine. It's in between half calf and it's coffee nerd stuff. In between half calf and high octane, I guess. We'll see.
So yesterday when we found out we were going to be able to do this today, I told Rhett a story about when I first heard your music. And for full context, you were one of the first artists that I heard that was like independent, because I grew up listening to traditional country, whatever was on the radio with my parents, my grandmother, and she had a bunch of discs and whatever. And my story of whenever I first heard it, it's weird because I know exactly where I was at. I was actually brush hogging a field for my dad, and I used to listen to headphones. I was probably like 14, 15, whatever. And it was on Pandora, because I only had Pandora. I didn't have Spotify. I had Pandora, so I just play like radios, like radio mix, just different artists. And I heard, I think it was either Mama Song or Loud and Heavy, and it was kind of around that time. I think it was a couple years after that album came out. But I was like, I love this music, and so that ever since then I've kept up with your music, and I've enjoyed everything you've put out. So I just wanted to tell that little anecdote there about when I first heard you.
Well, that's a big deal. I know what that's like, because I remember what it was like the first time I heard a lot of people. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that.
You've got some, I'm assuming some inspirations from early country artists or more classic country is what I would call it. But you did a cover of, you did a Lefty Frizzell album. How did that all come about? I'm a huge classic country fan, so I'm very curious to.
That was a COVID project to keep busy, have fun, do something different, pay homage, tip the cap to one of the greatest to ever, sing country music. So whenever COVID shut down, there was a time we didn't play for 15 or 16 months, and we went to the studio and cut a bunch of stuff. We did an acoustic record of my stuff that we still haven't released. We did an Adobe Sessions acoustic thing, and we also did the Lefty Frizzell thing. And we just had fun. And we sat on it for a long time, and it was finally time to put it out. So we put it out. We had great response. It is what it is. I read a review one time. I read a review on it that said, well, it's good, I guess, but it's just Cody Jinks singing less. It just sounds like Cody Jinks singing Lefty Frizzell songs. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, man. I grew up listening to those songs. That was some of my first. The first song I learned how to play was Long Black Veil, Lefty's cut of that, and it was off to the races after that. But that's where, it's what I can remember growing up. Lefty, Merle Haggard came from the Lefty Frizzell kind of sound, and Merle would have, he's been on record as saying, hey, I come from that kind of cut of cloth, and those deep baritone guys, and you had guys that, Randy Travis and your Keith Whitleys and your Daryl Singletaries, and I always loved those big boomy baritone deep voices. Randy Travis, Jamie Johnson, he's here today. That's really what I was drawn to. Obviously, a lot of George Strait, Alabama, stuff like that as well. Yeah.
Do you remember the first song that you ever heard, or the first, I guess maybe when you were younger, you heard a song or you saw someone playing and you were like, I want to do that one day?
Yeah, two examples. The first song I ever heard was Merle and Willie. The first song that I heard that actually did something to my insides, like, oh my gosh, I just felt that. What was that? That was my first high. When I was very young, it was when Poncho and Lefty came out.
What's up, guys? Jagger and Rhett here with the Watering Hole Podcast, and we just want to tell you about our next sponsor, and that is Double B Hat Co. Bryce over there at Double B Hat Co. hooks us up with all of our hats that we wear on the podcast, and we can't say thank you enough to Double B Hat Co. Go check them out. They've got the best hats. You'll see all the artists around here wearing them. You got Treaty Oak, you got Gannon, you got all the ones that you love wearing Double B Hat Co. You know why? Because they're the best. And you can't say anything other than they're the best. Go check out Double B Hat Co. Double B Hat Co. right now. Go do it now.
Jagger's wearing one of the hats.
As always, know why? Because they're the best, Rhett.
Link in description. Go check them out.
Merlin Willie's version of the Townes Van Zandt song. And I was hooked at a very young age hearing that song at the age of 3 or 4. It did something to me. I don't know. It's still my favorite song. That would be the first example of just when music hit me really hard. An example of, and I saw concerts when I was a kid, Gary Stewart, when I was very, very young, Conway Twitty, those were a couple of my first. But I went to see AC/DC when I was 15. And AC/DC when I was 15 was, okay, that's what I'm doing. I've got to do that in some capacity. And that's really why our show is our show is really a rock and roll show. When we're up there, we're playing country songs, but man, we're running around up there and having a good time and jamming, and it's very crowd. We want it to be very crowd oriented, and and we want to see everybody out there rocking out with us.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, I would say, that would be the second example.
Yeah. So whenever you're in the bus, or maybe you're just driving down the road at home on an off day, what are you playing? What are you listening to music, and what music are you listening to? Maybe you're listening to a podcast.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of traditional country, metal, and punk. Those are the three things I listen to the most. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of Audible books as well. We drive our children around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so having a book going like that, driving to and from activities, and not really a podcast guy anymore,
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of for the same reason I'm not really a TV guy anymore. I start something and I don't finish it.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I've missed stuff when I jump back in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's weird. That's just me.
What kind of audiobooks do you listen to?
I listen to about everything. I like to have an easy read going for the audiobooks. Just so it's almost like I'm just hearing a story in the background, something like a Louis L'Amour or a memoir,
Mm-hmm.
or even, and if it's a difficult book, I'll listen to it audio. I like to read more before I go to bed, but I usually have a physical book going and an audio book going. Right now, I have several going. I'm reading the CJ Box series about the game warden Joe Pickett. That's pretty fun. That's a lot of my background listening. I'm reading a book by Lee Strobel called The Case for Christ right now. I'm simultaneously reading a book about the Orange County punk scene in the late 70s, early 80s, whenever Bad Religion was forming Epitaph and Social Distortion was coming into the scene, and East Coast and West Coast punk and history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a big history fan, so I usually listen to some audiobooks, some music, and then some podcast. I kind of mix them all together when I'm working.
Yeah.
But I listen to like a lot of war memoirs, and like especially like World War II, and lately it's been like the Pacific War is what I listen to. But I very interesting to hear, because I don't hear a lot of people say like, oh, I listen to audiobooks. So I thank you for sharing.
Yeah, and I just read a book. You said Pacific. It reminded me. I just read a book called The Wide, Wide Sea about Captain James Cook, who charted a lot of Hawaii, and ended up getting killed because they overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah. If you're ever into war memoirs, With the Old Breed by E.B. Sludge, it's a great one about the Pacific War.
Okay.
It's a difficult listen because it's very like he tells it how it was, but
yeah. Awesome.
That's strange that you can, like you mentioning you had trouble like keeping up with a TV show or like finishing it. But to me, if I tried to read multiple books at the same time, I would be so twisted around and all of like, I would be combining all of those different things at once.
Yeah, it's strange. And sometimes I'll jump on one and just finish it. And sometimes it will take me a month, to finish a particular book. And I'll read a book or two in between and go back and finish one. And there's really no method to the madness, I guess. Kind of like my writing. I don't write words or music first. It doesn't matter. It just, whatever happens.
Do you have a space, whether that's physical or like a headspace that you try to get into to write? Like,
I write the best. My wife and I have a home in Colorado as well. We live in Texas, but we have a place up in Colorado, and that's really where I enjoy writing the most, because when I'm at home, it's more husband and father stuff, as it should be. Like when we're in Texas doing our thing, the kids' activities and coming and going from tours. But really, Colorado is a special place for me to be able to go and get away. And the band does we do our pre-production there for our records now. We'll go up there and spend a week and work on music, and it's just a really great place for us to get music done and create.
So, speaking of Colorado, do you do any kind of skiing or snowboarding, anything like that?
I don't. My wife and kids do. I don't have the knees for it anymore. I tore my knees up playing sports. And, but my kids do, yeah.
That's hilarious because we're gonna go to Colorado to Steamboat Music Fest here in January, and we've been talking about going skiing and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I should because I've also had 2 knee surgeries.
Yeah. You start thinking about stuff like that, don't you? Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe out on the what are they? The bunny.
The bunny slope.
Yeah, I'll be tumbling down the bunny.
Hey, wiping out's wiping out, man.
Do you have any other like activities that you like to do? Like maybe it's with the family, maybe it's by yourself, like play golf or anything like that.
I love golf. I'm horrible, so I don't play much unless when we're going to a scramble, and I can hit off of somebody's tee shot because I can't get off the box. But I fish a lot when I can. I hunt, mostly duck, dove hunt some. Don't really deer hunt, but I do love to go duck hunting and fishing. Probably are my 2 favorite things. Spending time with my kids, like I said, I've been on the road so much of their life that these days that it's more of a focus. They're more of a focus actually than my career is at this point. And it was time for that to happen for a lot of reasons, but it's really I got to put my faith first and then my family, and then everything else with the job works. Everything tends to work out on this end whenever those things are taken care of.
I think you just kind of answered my question, but it sounds like you're a big family man. Obviously, you're away from home a lot, doing shows off. What's the best way you found to balance those 2 things?
I have spent the better part of the last 2 years really prioritizing everything, reprioritizing, I should say. When COVID hit, I kind of came home and met my kids, and then I haven't been on the road as much after COVID because I knew I didn't have to be anymore. And it's taken a lot of work on all of our part because there's a lot of things that are different. I'm home more. I quit drinking. It's my primary focus when I'm at home is just to be theirs, just to take care of that first and foremost, because I was on the road working so long for so hard that there was a lot of neglect on my end from my family towards my family, not on purpose, just Dad was gone working. Dad was building this thing, and Mom was helping because Mom was working full time for many of those years, my wife was, and raising the kids. And just reprioritizing and making sure we keep the main things, and the other things will work out as they should.
Do you have I looked at the hat and made me think of this. Do you have like a going out look when you want to kind of fly under the radar? Because I feel like you've got kind of a very recognizable style. Yeah. So is there a way that you found you can slide under the detection? Yeah,
it's funny. If I'm wearing a bucket hat, I wear bucket hats a lot, and I wear ball caps a lot. And I don't know. I know that some people think that I probably wear that black cowboy hat and sunglasses all the time.
Hey guys, Rhett and Jager here. Just want to take a quick second to say thank you to CH Lone Star Promo for all of the amazing work they do for us and they can do for you. For example, they made these fantastic new logos for us that we're going to be running across all of our social platforms in 2026. On top of that, they made us a custom tablecloth for the podcast, which they can do for your business. And they make all kinds of fantastic merchandise. Shirts, hats, hoodies, socks.
Anything and everything you might want. They
Underwear,
even wrap,
perhaps?
Underwear. They even wrap semis. You just go ask one of your favorite artists, Tritic Revival. They're big fans of CH, just like we are. And I think you will be too. So go check out CH Lone Star. That is CH Lone Star for all your merchandising needs, and they will get you taken care of.
We'll have their link right down below in the description. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you, and they will hook you up. Huge thank you to CH Lone Star for sponsoring this podcast.
Hat and sunglasses all the time, and black jeans and all that stuff. I don't. Obviously, I got my festival garb on today. I'm look like everybody else, wearing shorts and t-shirts and no sleeves, and like most of the crowd's probably gonna look today. But I can fly under the radar most of the time. I stay out of the public the majority of the time. My wife and I we live on a ranch in the middle of nowhere. And if we're able to get to our place in Colorado, it's up in the mountains, and there's really not a lot of neighbors or anything like that. So when I'm on the road, that's my time to give everything I've got to people, to go out, and I get 2 hours a night that make that other 22 hours a day when I sit on the bus or I'm sleeping or whatever worth it. The 2 hours I get with these people every night, to see them smile, to see them dance, to see them sing, to see them laugh, to see them cry, that's why I keep doing it. And I truly still enjoy that aspect of my job.
That's awesome.
This kind of puts you on the spot here with this question, but have you had a fan interaction that's been, we often ask about crazy bad fan interactions, but have you had one that's been like a touching moment where someone told you that a song changed their life or something along those lines?
More than I could sit here and tell you. I mean, truthfully, it's yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything from the song David, everybody's got a David in their life. The Sober Thing is one of those songs. Cast No Stones. There's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
There's definitely the songs that people really come up, and there's more common than others.
Yeah.
That they say, hey, this song or this song, and you seem to find the same song coming up a lot. And fortunately, we have a lot of those. People bring a lot of different songs up, but saving lives and people, saying, hey, I'm not the devil, help with my relationship with my whoever. Mm-hmm. So it means the world. That lets us know we're doing our jobs.
Yeah, and one thing I've said many times with a lot of the artists that we've had, and I think it's especially true for you, is that your songwriting and your delivery in the songs is so real. So that's why you are able to make people feel that, I think, more than any song you'll probably hear on the radio today, is because you're writing about real things and it touches people. And I think people can see through kind of the BS of a lot of things, but whenever they see something real, they latch onto it, and it's very impactful in their life.
Yeah, thank you. It's wonderful to hear. I hope it's seen that way. I truly do, because I hope that whenever people look back on my work, they see somebody that grew as a person. Our crowd has been with us for a lot of them have been with us for the last 15, 20 years, and we've grown up together. We went from being, hell-raising 20-somethings to, being middle-aged now, and wives and teenagers, and life's kicked your teeth in a few times, and you've learned a lot, and that's what I tell the fans a lot. They've grown up with us, and my body of work's really kind of a concept work in terms of you can track where I'm at in my life by my records. And
yeah.
So it's been a journey. So if it seems honest, it's because it has been, and a lot of the songs that I've written have not been easy to write or easy to sing, because I knew that it was maybe going to be difficult for people that I love to hear them.
Yeah, for sure.
Last question here as we wrap up. Do you have anything that you want your fans out there to know about coming up in the next few months as we approach 2026?
Yeah, absolutely. Per usual, we're dropping more content. We're going to be dropping 4 brand new songs in 2026. And we were talking about doing it in EP form, but we may just do an In My Blood Deluxe edition and add these 4 songs that were actually recorded during In My Blood, but conceptually we took a different route with those and chose to maybe do it this way. So 4 new songs coming out. We've got some kind of some video podcast type things. We've done 6 of them called Late August Sessions. We're going to be dropping some of those, and it's me interviewing songwriters.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That'll be awesome.
So we have that coming out. I'm trying to get my toes into some acting. I've been reading for some parts, and I don't know if I'm very good at that or not. I've only read for one, but I didn't get it. And then I read for another one yesterday, so we're going to see.
That'll be awesome.
So I'm just doing some different stuff, some fun stuff.
Yeah.
We're booking next year. We come out of the gate swinging. We're San Diego in January. We're done booking this year, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've got a lot going on. A lot going on.
That's awesome. We'll definitely be on the lookout for all that. I know we're both super excited. Thank you for the gift, by the way. Well, once again, we've got a hat there for you if you like. That's one of our sponsors, Double B. They're out of Texas as well.
I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you so much for spending time with us
We
today.
appreciate you giving up a little bit of your time today.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
hey, good luck. Best to you, and man, keep going. Keep going with the two-man thing, dude.
Yeah.
As long as you can, too, because that saves on so much overhead.
Yeah, for sure.
But, hey, my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.